Well, it just seems to me, I said to the crowd earlier that the way I was brought up, the education I got, learning more was better, learning less was not as good. So ethnic studies to me is an opportunity to learn more about the United States itself and the makeup of the United States. I understand that people here find it divisive, which I think is foolish, but that's my opinion. Everybody has an opinion. If it weren't for ethnic studies, certainly I as an author would fail to connect with some of my readership. My books now have been used as all city or all campus reads 35 times in a row. And, Devil's Highway, which is apparently a bone of contention in Tucson, it was a finalist for the Pulitzer. And the only reason it didn't get the Pulitzer was because of the 9/11 report. So it was a noble thing to lose to. But I think that, a book like that is not necessarily about ethnic studies. However, sometimes students who come into ethnic studies don't always have access, either in their minds or whatever, or their training, to outside culture, that comes outside of the boundary. So ethnic studies isn't just about the Mexican-American experience, but it's also about exposing students to the American experience. It's a two-way highway. For me, ethnic studies gave me things like Pablo Neruda, Garcia Marquez, as well as Chicano writers like Rudy Anaya. But it also opened things to me like Chinese authors. And I think Chinese and Japanese writers, some of whom I connected most profoundly with here in Tucson, thanks Bookman's. Shout out to Bookman's. The haiku poets, the Chinese poets. Those I first experienced in ethnic studies classes. So I learned about cultures that I thought made the country richer.
What's your opinion of this law that got passed to try and eliminate ethnic studies programs?
Oh, I think it's suicide. I think it's intellectual suicide. I think people, I live in Chicago, and I know, how do I put this? I know that there is a divide, a deepening and savage divide, I think, between conservative and liberal, and understanding that I live in a place that's seen as a great liberal, perhaps socialist area, though I'm probably the only, in my neighborhood, blue voter. Everybody's pretty conservative. I live in a neighborhood with FBI agents, for example. They're very good friends of ours. And I think they find the thing a little baffling and troubling as well. And because I lived here for a while, I write about Tucson. I love Arizona with all my heart. I think it's difficult to try to explain to people what's going on, because honestly, I don't understand it. I don't understand what's behind it. I've read those things. I read the philosophy, which is really incorrect. For example, in terms of my book, so many of these teachers have come and said, I tried to get the Devil's Highway and they fought me because of a lot of issues, one of them being the word devil in the title. And I thought, well, that's interesting, but you can't rewrite history to change it to something you'd like better. Devil's Highway is a well-known geographical location. It's a name on a map. You can go there. My Border Patrol friends can take you to see it. They drive it every day. So those kind of things are a little baffling to me. And I think, the other side, my wife Cindy from The Citizen, a lot of times I think we find ourselves outside of Arizona as kind of ambassadors and translators for the feelings here. And I understand deeply what some of the divisions are and what people are feeling about all of these pressures. But I think this might be the wrong way to go about it.
You should have invited Tom Horn.
Yeah, I would have loved to have sat with him. I figure, I can charm Tom Horn.
Yeah.
Let me sit down with him and talk, Get some of my Border Patrol pals, because then he won't know what to do. Wait a minute, the Border Patrol likes his beaner? What the hell?
All the vatos using words like ranfla. All the vatos who woke up abandoned. All the vatos not afraid of daughters. All the vatos arms around their sisters. All the vatos talking to their women. All the vatos granting their forgiveness. All the vatos plotting wicked paybacks. All the vatos sleeping under mota. All the vatos with tequila visions. All the vatos they call maricones. All the vatos bleeding in the alley. All the vatos dissed by pinches white boys. All the vatos bent to pick tomatoes. All the vatos smoked by Agent Orange. All the vatos brave in lonely classrooms. All the vatos pacing in the prison. All the vatos pierced by needle longing. All the vatos who were once our fathers. All the vatos, even veteranos. All the vatos and their abuelitos. All the vatos proud of tatuajes. All the vatos carrying a lunch pail. All the vatos graduating law school. All the vatos grown up to be curas. All the vatos never been to misa. All the vatos, Jimmy, Spider, Tito. All the vatos lost their tongues in Spanish. All the vatos can't say words in English. All the vatos looking at her photo. All the vatos making love till morning. All the vatos stroking their own hunger. All the vatos faded clear as windows. All the vatos needing something better. All the vatos bold and strange horizons. All the vatos waiting for tomorrow. All the vatos sure that no one loves them. All the vatos sure that no one sees them. All the vatos sure that no one hears them. All the vatos never in a poem. All the vatos told they don't belong here. All the vatos beautiful young Aztecs. All the vatos warrior Apaches. All the vatos sons of Guadalupe. All the vatos bad as la chingada. All the vatos called themselves Chicanos. All the vatos praying for their children. All the vatos, even all you feos. All the vatos filled with life eternal. All the vatos sacred as the sun god. All the vatos, Pepe, Flaco, Gordo. All the vatos rising from their mothers. All you vatos, you are not forgotten. Grazie. Wow, thank you. If anybody'd like that book, I'll sign it for you and give it to you. There's some more coming. They may be here already. We'll circulate. I hope you have a fun evening. And if you want to chat, my buddy Charlie Redner, great poet, is over there. Jamie Ford is back there. I know there's some other authors here and people coming. So let's get to know each other. Thank you so much.